Good morning student. Today we are going to discuss our 7th unit Physiology and Injury in Sports. Physiological factors determining endurance. Endurance is the ability to do an activity for a long period of time without any fatigue. Means ability to resist fatigue is known as endurance. Endurance is of two types, aerobic endurance and aerobic endurance. Factors that determine endurance. First, maximum oxygen uptake. Maximum oxygen uptake, it refers to the highest rate at which the oxygen can be taken up and consumed by the body during the intense exercise. If the maximum oxygen uptake increase, our endurance will be improved. Pulmonary diffusion. Pulmonary diffusion is the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between lungs and the blood. Therefore, faster the pulmonary diffusion, more will be the endurance, because there will be the faster removal of carbon dioxide from the endurance, which improve our endurance. Cardiac output. Cardiac output is the amount of blood pumped out by the cardiac output is the amount of blood pumped out by the heart in 1 minute. Faster the cardiac output, more will be the blood pumped out by the heart to the working tissue. Therefore, our endurance will be enhanced. Aerobic capacity. Aerobic capacity, it is the capacity of an individual to do work for long duration with slow speed. This ability will improve with regular exercise. Lactic threshold. Lactic threshold, it is the ability to tolerate lactic acid in the blood. During workout, lactic acid is produced. If we have the ability to tolerate lactic acid, our endurance will be improved. Better the lactic acid, it delay the fatigue and tiredness, thus improve our endurance. Blood volume and flow. Endurance activity needs sufficient amount of oxygen and nutrients which are transported by the blood. Therefore, regular training increase the hemoglobin in the red blood cells and increase the blood plasma, by which our endurance is boosted. Red muscle fibers. Red muscle fibers, also known as slow twitch muscle fibers. The persons who have more red muscle fibers, they have more endurance, because red muscle fibers carry more oxygen, which improve our endurance. Therefore, higher the percentage of red muscle fibers, more will be the endurance. Hydration. Endurance activity causes sweating and loss of important minerals. Therefore, sufficient amount of water is required, which improve our endurance. These are the factors which determine endurance. Maximum oxygen uptake, pulmonary diffusions, cardiac output, aerobic capacity, lactic threshold, blood volume, red muscle fibers, hydration. Next is physiological factors determining strength. Strength is the ability to overcome resistance, means ability of muscles to act against resistance. Strength, it is of two types, static, dynamic. Static is the ability to overcome resistance from a fixed point, and dynamic, it is the ability to overcome resistance while in motion. In dynamic strength, it is of three types: maximum strength, explosive strength, strength endurance. Maximum strength, it is the ability to overcome maximum resistance. For examples, weightlifting. Explosive strength is the ability to overcome resistance with high speed. For examples, long jump. Strength endurance, it is the ability to overcome resistance under the condition of fatigue. For examples, swimming, road cycling, etc. And the factors determining endurance: muscle covering sarcolemma. Muscle fibers covering sarcolemma bind the muscle fibers to work together. Therefore, increase the muscle covering sarcolemma, more will be the strength. White muscle fibers. White muscle fibers, also known as fast twitch muscle fibers. White muscle fibers have more connective tissue. Therefore, the persons who have white muscle fibers, they have more strength. They have more explosive strength because it's hard to bring fast and strong contraction. Muscular contraction. Muscular contraction, it is of two types: concentric, eccentric. Concentric, it is upward movement. Eccentric, it is downward movement, lengthening of our muscles. Muscular contractions, it regulates our muscular actions in a controlled manners. Its help in accuracy and efficiency of movement, thus helpful in strength development. Muscle length. Usually the long muscles have more strength as compared to small muscle. Nerve impulse. Strong nerve impulse bring powerful contractions. If the nerve impulse is strong, then it leads to strong contraction, powerful contractions of muscle. Thus, strength is higher. Therefore, the intensity of neuromuscular response determines strength. Adequate energy. Adequate energy. The muscular movement needs sufficient energy. Greater the number of mitochondria in muscle fibers produce more energy, and stronger and longer the muscular contraction. Age. Strength of the muscles is maximum between 20 to 40 years, and after that it gradually weakness, it decrease. Gender. Male have more strength as compared to women. Body weight. Usually the person's body weight is also related with the strength of an individual. Overweight, those who are heavy, they have more strength as compared to less weight. Myoglobin. Myoglobin, it is a types of proteins present in muscles fibers to store oxygen, which produce energy during emergency. So, higher the myoglobin, more will be the strength of an individual. These are the physiological factors that determine strength. Next is speed. Speed is the ability to do an activity as fast as possible. How fast the person can do the activity. Speed, it is of speed. It is of three types: reaction time, acceleration. It is a four type: reaction time, accelerations, speed of movement, and locomotor's ability. Reaction time means time taken by the body to react immediately to a signals. Acceleration, time taken by the body to reach maximum speed. Speed of movement, time taken by the body to complete action. And locomotor's ability, it is the time taken by the body to maintain maximum speed for maximum period of time with change in direction. And the factors determining speed: first, fast twitch muscle fibers. Fast twitch muscle fibers, the persons who have fast twitch muscle fibers, that is white muscle fibers, they have more speed. Neuromuscular response. Faster the neuromuscular response, faster will be the speed, faster will be the contraction. Okay, higher and faster the neuromuscular response, faster and stronger is the muscular contractions, thus our speed will also improve. Flexibility. If the person is more flexible, then then he has more speed. Okay, higher the flexibility, more is the speed. ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Greater the ATP stored, faster is the energy production. Rise for speedy and anaerobic activity. Anaerobic capacity and aerobic capacity of an individual also improve the speed ability of an individual. These are the some physiological factors that determine endurance. Next is flexibility. Flexibility, it is the ability. Flexibility is the ability of a person to stretch the joint as much as possible without any pain. Flexibility, it is of two types, active, passive. Active flexibility means stretching the joint without any external help. It is of two types, static, passive. Static flexibility means stretching the joint from a fixed point, there is no movement. And dynamic flexibility, stretching the joint while in motion, for example gymnastic. And passive flexibility, it is the ability of a person to stretch the joint with external help, for example with the help of partner, etc. Factors determining flexibility. First, joint articulation. Joint structures or articulations is the main factors of flexibility. It is attached to various muscles, ligament, cartilage and tendons. It makes the joint stronger and flexible. Ligament. Ligament is the connective tissue that connects two bones. If the ligament is elasticity of ligament, there will be the greater flexibility. Greater is the flexibility of the joint. Muscle stretchable. If the muscle is stretchable, more will be the range of joint. Higher the stretchability of the muscles, more will be the flexibility of a person. Disease or injury. Many types of disease affect flexibility. Okay, injury also affect the flexibility of individual. Age. Usually the child have more flexibility as compared to adult. Genders. Female are more flexible as compared to male. Warming up. If a person do good warming up, then his flexibility will improve. Heredity. Flexibility also depend upon heredity, as joint articulation, joint structures and its articulations is related with the heredity. These are the some physiological factors that determine flexibility. Next is effect of exercise on cardiorespiratory system. What are the effects of exercise on cardiorespiratory system? Cardiorespiratory system, it is a combination of circulatory system and respiratory system. Okay, cardiorespiratory system, it is a combination of circulatory system and respiratory system. Cardiorespiratory system provide oxygenated rich blood to the working tissue, to the working muscles. This oxygenated rich blood reach to the working muscles through the blood vessels, and its help in providing the energy during the exercise. First, hypertrophy of the heart. If we do exercise, the hypertrophy of the heart take place, that is enlargement of heart. The size of the heart increase. Therefore, there will be increase in stroke volume. Increase in cardiac output. Cardiac output is the amount of blood pumped out by the heart. If we increase our exercise, our cardiac output increase. Okay, regular training increase the cardiac output. Therefore, more blood is pumped out by the heart for the working muscle, working tissue. Resting pulse increase. If we do regular exercise, the resting pulse, our heart rate decrease. Therefore, the resting pulse rate increase. Our heart will not feel stress during the workout. Faster adaptation to working load. If we do training, our heart can adapt to the working load easily. Okay, it will quick adjustment of the heart according to the body needs. Return to normal pulse quickly. If we do workout, if we do training, the pulse or the heart rate will return back to its normal level quickly and effectively. Our heart will feel relaxed after some time. Increase in hemoglobin. If we do exercise, the hemoglobin in the red blood cells increase, and hemoglobin carry more blood. Hemoglobin rich blood carry more oxygen, thus improve our energy flow. Decrease in blood viscosity. Blood viscosity, that is density. If we do exercise, the density of our blood decrease. Therefore, there will be the easy and fast flow of blood through the capillaries. Moreover, faster circulation of blood in our body. Respiration muscles become strong. If we do exercise, our respiratory muscles become strong. Increase in number of alveoli and pulmonary diffusions through regular exercise, regular training. If we do regular training, the number of alveoli increase. Okay, alveoli, it's help to purify our blood. If we do regular training, the number of alveoli in the lungs increase. Therefore, the efficiency of the respiratory system will improve. There will be the faster removal of carbon dioxide, and oxygen is attached to the blood. Maximum oxygen uptake increase. Maximum oxygen uptake increase. The maximum amount of oxygen utilized by the body during exercise. The alveoli efficiency improved, that is maximum oxygen uptake ability increased. More oxygen is reached to the working tissue for producing the energy. New capillaries are formed. If we do exercise, more blood is bring to the working tissue. Therefore, the efficiency of our muscles will be improved. Increase in tidal volume. Tidal volume is the volume of air inhale or exhale during normal breathing, and by doing exercise, our tidal volume will increase. Chemical composition of blood. If we do exercise, the chemical composition, that is red blood cells, white blood cells, plasma, thrombocyte, etc., will improve, which improve the quality. Thus, the quality of our body blood will also improve. Fast removal of waste. If we do exercise, that will be the fast removal of waste from our body. Reduction of cardiac problem. If we do exercise, it's help to reduce the cardiac problems, like reducing the heart attack, heart problems, heart disease, etc. Blood pressures regulation. If we do exercise, it helps to maintain the body temperatures throughout the body. Faster healing. If we do exercise, it's help in fast healing of our injury. Increased circulation of blood make the healing process faster, and resistance power increase. If we do exercise, our immunity system improve, therefore the resistance power will also increase. Increase in aerobic endurance. Aerobic endurance, with regular exercise, less amount of lactic acid is produced. If we do regular exercise, less lactic acid is produced. Due to lactic acid, we feel fatigue, but if we do exercise, less lactic acid is produced, therefore fatigue is delayed, hence endurance is improved. Improve metabolisms. In a trained person, the metabolism reactions are faster for energy productions with less consumption of energy. There will be the fast metabolism, which improve the energy production. There will be a fast production of energy. Hydrobalance. Regular training helps in maintaining the water balance in the body. It's help to delay dehydration. These are the effect of exercise on cardiorespiratory system. Cardiorespiratory system help in the circulation of blood to the working muscles. Next is effect of exercise on muscular system. What are the effect of exercise on muscular system? First is gain in strength. If we do exercise, the strength of our muscles will improve. Our muscles will become power. Efficiency improve. If we do exercise, the efficiency of our muscles will improve, because there will be the fast circulation of blood. Okay, as a result of regular exercise, there is increase in the number of capillaries in the muscles, therefore there will be the fast circulation of blood. More blood is circulate in the working muscles, therefore the efficiency of our muscles will improve. Lactic threshold increase. The ability to tolerate lactic acid will be improved, therefore we can tolerate lactic acid for more lactic acid. For regular exercise, increase ability of muscles to tolerate more lactic acid for longer duration. Increase in aerobic and anaerobic endurance. Aerobic, presence of oxygen, and anaerobic, absence of oxygen. A trained muscles. If our muscle is trained, then a trained muscles has more aerobic endurance, therefore its capacity to work for long durations without fatigue is improved. Proper shape of body. If we do exercise, the shape of our body will improve, which improve our personality. The personality of persons will be improved, and also it helps to remove excess fat from our body. Faster recovery from injury. If we do exercise, there will be the fast recovery of injury. There are less chance of injury. Emergency store of energy. The ATP, adenosine triphosphate and adenosine diphosphate source increase by which muscles can produce more energy. It also increase the oxygen depth capacity, and digit strength develop. If we do exercise, the digit strength of the muscles can be improved. Faster response. If we do exercise, there will be the fast response. Okay, thus the muscle actions and response will become faster. Our body will remain active throughout. Efficient use of diet. The trained muscles can efficiently use carbohydrate, protein, fats, etc. as a source of energy with less consumption of oxygen. Better neuromuscular coordinations. Regular exercise improve neuromuscular coordination, by which various skills can be performed efficiently and economically accurately. Increase in muscle mass. If we do exercise, the muscle mass of the persons will improve. These are the some effect of exercise on muscular system. Okay, the first, so we have discussed about physiological factors determining strength, speed, endurance, flexibility, and effect of exercise on circulatory system and cardiorespiratory system and muscular system. If we do exercise, the strength of our muscle will improve. If we do exercise, the efficiency of our muscles will improve because more blood is pumped out by the heart. There will be the fast circulation of blood, which improve our efficiency. Lactate threshold, the ability to tolerate lactic acid, will also improve. Aerobic in the presence of oxygen and aerobic in the absence of oxygen. A trained muscles has more aerobic endurance. Therefore, its capacity to work for long durations without fatigue is improved. Proper shape. If we do exercise, the shape and structure of our body will improve. Our personality will improve. Okay, the personality of a person will improve. It's help to reduce the excess fat from our body. Remove excess fat from our body. Emergency store of energy improve. The digit strength develop, etc. Physiological factors determining endurance, maximum oxygen uptake and oxygen intake. Oxygen intake is the amount of oxygen taken up by the lungs from the atmosphere, and oxygen uptake is the amount of oxygen taken up and consumed by the working muscles from the blood. Okay, if we do exercise, our maximum oxygen uptake means maximum oxygen uptake means highest rate at which oxygen can be taken up and consumed by the body during workout will improve which improve our endurance. For endurance, we require more oxygen. Pulmonary diffusion is the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. If we do exercise, pulmonary diffusion, higher and faster the pulmonary diffusions, our endurance will improve, because there will be the faster removal of carbon dioxide from our blood. Cardiac output is the amount of blood pumped out by the heart in 1 minute. More and faster the cardiac output, more will be the blood pumped out by the heart to the working tissue, working muscle.